Welcome to clickmeproject.com. Our project title is Two Specific Adverse Drug Reaction Identification in Electronic Patient Records, Temporal Data Mining in an Inpatient Psychiatric Populations. The main contribution of our process to collect the details from the patients are retrieved from the dynamic status. The main process is to improve the usage of temporal data, extracting the detecting disease the adverse drug reactions. In this, we proposed the filtering techniques to detect the adverse drug reactions in the patient. Then here we are going to use the Vega tool with the patient dataset and obtain the classification result of the dataset. In this, we use the temporal mining, but in their approach, they have enabled the process by considering the time-stamped arrangement for both the structured and unstructured data. In that, all the adverse events were passed through the filters to discard adverse events within the text passages with the word suggesting that the mentioned adverse event did not take place. In other period work, they considered the investigation of a clinical narratives which can give up to fourfold boost in the number of unique diagnoses associated with each of the patients. In other period work, they consider the described method demonstrates based on the rich data already collected by the healthcare providers. In other period work, they demonstrate the potential on a psychiatric cohort, a population with higher frequency of the adverse drug reaction than other specialists. Now we discuss about the flow of the process. Initially, we collect the details from the patients, and that details are stored in the databases. The database considering the treatment records and also their collected records. These data are considered as a classification. In this classification, we can determine the high risk and low risk patient based on some of the algorithms we used in the process technique. In this drug reaction for this high risk evaluated disease have produced a high drug and which is related to the low risk. Based on this high risk factors, we can suggest the drugs. Finally, we can predict the diseases. We can predict the disease and then produce the drug for the corresponding predicted disease of the corresponding patient. Now the demo of the process. Initially, right click on the home page at Java. Then select run file. Click enter to further process. Click get to get the patient ID. Give the treatment whatever the patient diseases and their age. Select gender and the before BP temperature and after the disease temperature and the overweight. So click submit to data stored in the database. Then pre-process. Pre-process means initially we get the details from the patient details, then click pre-process, then select Vega pre-processing for pre-process the certain data pre-processing. Select explore, click open file. Select medical dataset, click open. We can choose all filters, then click apply, then click treatment, then age, the gender. In this, the values are visualized here based on the weighting. This can pre-process the contents. Then we can pre-process the normal dataset. Click raw dataset, then click next button. Browse the high risk dataset, that is symptoms dataset. Then click next button. Here we choose the symptom 1, then select symptom 2. click support. We calculate the IJ rule means, which is the symptom 1 and symptom 2. The both combinational risk can be evaluated here, and then click conference value. Conference values can get. Click rules. Here we get the rule mining. In this rule mining, these are the original data and these are the rule mining set based on the provided symptoms. Then click RPC. RPC values are evaluated based on the high risk factors. Then click record for RPC. Click patient covered report. These are the records based on their risk factors calculating data coverage. Based on that combinational symptoms, we can calculate the rule mining. Data coverage methods are calculated. Click appraise collections. Click view rules. Click the association rule for our symptom selection. False positive rate. Click result false positive rate. In this, the collections are viewed, that is, there is no high risk factors are viewed. Click bus processing. Click bus. Calculating based on these the rule minings and their symptoms. Bottom up summarization is used for find out the high risk factors, which is calculated on the basis of the rule mining previously calculated on the basis of RPC and APRX collection. RPC is performed on the rules per mining calculations. Then click high risk patient, high risk button. In this, based on our symptoms, we can get the ID. Give the patient ID and their diseases. And their pre-treatment for this corresponding ID based patient and their disease. Click on treatment, post treatment, then the corresponding tablets. Click upload. In this, performance comparison evaluated on the basis of total computationals and the time to patient's recover state and their total data set. Total computation compared with existing and then proposed means we can achieve the total computational based on their RPC factors and their rule sets, and the corresponding unified patients are calculated in the basis of their identifications of users initialization, and the total data size we consider in the dynamic format. That's why we can calculate large number of data which are involved in the process.
Thank you.